Untold masses of humanity are teeming throughout the stars. In the grim darkness of the 41st millennium, there is only war.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Fable Scraps' DoomLore, a 40k story. My name is Nicotine. I'm one of the people here behind Fable Scraps. If you're listening to the show on podcasting apps such as Spotify or Stitcher, know that we record this show live every Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific, that's 6 p.m. Eastern, here at twitch.tv/FableScraps. Our live audience here has the ability to affect the show in meaningful ways through the clever introduction and exchange of funds for fate points. Each character has a pool of fate points which we may use in order to make rerolls, get information about a certain scene, and do all other kinds of fun things. Exclamation point coin in chat if you would like to know more. Without further ado, I think we're gonna go around and introduce everyone. When we introduce someone, we're gonna give them a number, and if they sound good, let's see some of that number in chat to let us know that that they sound okay. If they don't, then tell us if their volume needs to go up or down or what's going on. So, first off, let's do Olorant. Ollie is number 1.
I am not a number. I am a free man. I'm Ollie. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at OllieRant. I do D&D shows on my own channel, D&D sort of homebrew as well, illustrations. There's a badass illustration of a lich that's been posted to my Twitter recently. All that sort of stuff. You should check me out and follow me in both the places.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ollie. Next up is a Lucid Fox. If Lucid sounds good, let's see some 2s.
Hello, my name is Lucid Fox. I have a wonderful stream that we do every morning, Monday through Friday. I'm also breaking into a brand new market. It's DMCA protection tags. Just go ahead and buy one, attach it to your stream, and you should be fine. Disclaimer, we don't know whether or not you're actually going to be fine. So pop on over to lucidfox.com and pick one up today.
How much are they gonna cost us?
It's worth it if you have to ask.
It sounds worth
There's
it to me.
multiple payment plans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go right over to twitch.tv/lucidfox with 2 X's to learn more.
That's right.
Next up is Lock the Raven. If Lock sounds good, let's see some 3s.
Hi, I'm Lock the Raven. I'm a variety streamer on Twitch. I also play Commander Herrick on Fable Scraps' other show, Star Trek Loveless, on Tuesdays. And I'm still playing a toilet on Critical Role on Thursdays.
It's holy crit, not critical.
Which,
It's called holy crit.
look, yeah, holy crit, that one. There's crits in there somewhere. I'm a
You
toilet.
crit all over it.
I crit my pants on that one. No. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Lock the Raven. You get what you get and you don't throw a fit.
Thank you, Lock.
Yes.
Next up is XY Chelsea. If Chelsea sounds good, let's see some 4s.
I'm Chelsea Manning. I am on Twitch at XYChelsea87. I am a variety, mostly game streamer. I also do tech stuff on Tuesdays, except for the last 2 weeks where I haven't been doing anything at all. I've been making a video, my first video, first full production video for YouTube. That's probably never going to come out because I can't seem to get through editing hell, and I keep playing games to keep my mind sane. So there you go. That's me.
That's a huge mood. Thank you so much, Chelsea. Next up is Enovan. If Enovan sounds good, let's see some 5s.
Hello there, I'm Enovan, a streamer here on Twitch, and whilst my stream does not have copyright tags, I can give you a handy dandy tip for not getting copyright striked, and that's by putting "no copyright intended" in your title. They legally
you trying
cannot
to
copyright
Hey,
strike
whoa, you trying to mess up my market right now? Huh?
I'm stealing your market right now,
Oh,
crashing your
God.
market. You also can copy and paste the full lore of copyright law in your description. That'll work just as well
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You can find me at twitch.tv/Enovan.
Thank you so much, Envin. Just don't mind me, just Googling copyright law really quickly. Hello, my name is Nicotine. If I sound okay, let's see some sixes. I'm one of the people here at Fable Scraps. Additionally, I am the GM for our Tuesday show, Star Trek Adventures Loveless. It's a Star Trek tabletop show set in the TNG era. It's a lot of fun. If you're a fan of Star Trek, then definitely check it out, especially if you're a fan of TNG. If you're not a fan of Star Trek, the whole show is episodic, so that you don't have to go back through any lore to like get the show. It's all self-contained in each episode. There's some fantastic role players in it, and I encourage everyone to come check it out on Tuesdays at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, here at twitch.tv/FableScraps. Be sure to hit that follow button here and get notifications. We also have a Discord community where you can also get going live notifications and hang out with some of the other wonderful people in our community, like Gallaspar, who's doing a mini version of our party. A bunch of others.
They just painted Ohm.
Oh, they did? They just got Ohm?
Badass.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Ohm's painted up.
Nice.
Well, definitely
The color scheme, so good.
Definitely head over to the Discord to check that out. And additionally, we also have a Twitter account where you can post fan art and stuff. It's a lot of fun. You can find all of our social information in chat with !social. Twitter.com/FableScraps and FableScraps.com/Discord. With that stuff out of the way, I think we're ready to get our recap, Ollie. Go ahead and take it away.
Okay, so much to Nicotine's excitement, last week you had a fight atop a plasma power plant with crackling coils that threatened to burn anyone who was thrown into them, and Enovan did manage to throw someone into them and burn them to a crisp. So
That's good.
you also did a whole bunch of this is one of these really fun systems where you can really like problem solve an encounter and think of interesting ways to deal with it by basically using the mounted guns on the transport that the enemy used to get up here to just blow people to shreds, which just ends up with Risa dismantling the bolter cannon from the Arvus lighter and just carrying it around like a badass. Lots of cool moves. Pretty much everyone had a cool moment in last week's session. It was a really good fight. If you haven't checked out, you should go back and watch it. It was really, really cool. The fight ended with Ravella Picello, the woman behind the heresy on Pask, undergoing severe nightmares due to Caius's psychic powers. And for some reason, strange Skitari-like cyborgs started flowing from the side of the power facility, from where the edges of it met all kinds of walls stretched up to the palace above. And you managed to defeat them, avoiding most of their strikes. Quite a few of you were injured. You're a little beat up, but you did defeat most of the Skitari. There are only 2 of them remaining, which are non-combatants at this point. They are merely torsos awkwardly flailing around, their cyborg legs no longer connected to their bodies. We actually start this session with me making a roll for once. Erlene grappled Ravella while she was undergoing these nightmares, and this is the moment where she snaps back to reality. Being a dexterous acrobatics-based character, she can actually attempt a acrobatics check, regardless of your abilities, to see if she can slip out, which is kind of crazy. It turns out this system has really, really in-depth grapple rules, which is cool if anyone wants to play a grappler at some point in the future. So she is going to make a 0 modifier check. She has a +10 due to her regular modifiers, her regular skills, and she's going to succeed. So, let me open up the battle map just to kind of get the scene clear for you. Erlene, while you were grappling her and kind of pulling her along, she wasn't conscious, really. She was undergoing this nightmare state. The moment she snaps back to consciousness, she just deftly slips out of your grip and goes to her hips and pulls out one of her pistols and a chain blade. Chain blade being smaller than a full chainsword, but still a pretty dangerous weapon. Yeah, she's gonna click it on. It's going to start. Oh yeah, she, much like Enovan, has a lot of really tricky things there. So she can quick draw that. She can then, it's only a half action to slip out of a grapple, so she can immediately make an assassin's strike against you. There is no other combatants nearby, which gives her a +20 modifier due to her single out ability.
Oh, I'm dead.
And
Oh no.
she is, furthermore, you know what? She's not going to do a lightning strike. I don't think this is the moment for her to do a lightning strike. Also, I think it's a full action anyway. So, 4 plus, oh, never mind. I don't have that, 24 plus 20. That'll be a hit against you, Eileen. Eileen, do you have a reaction this round? I think you should, if you want to try and dodge.
Yeah, I'm
or
gonna
parry,
definitely
but
dodge.
you don't have a sword, so you can't parry.
I have a chain blade, but I don't think it's out.
No, I think we decided you were just pistol right now.
Tyler.
You're gonna be fine.
You might be fine.
All right. So which one is it? Dodge.
Dodge check.
Yep.
Yeah. No modifiers. Oh, it's a failure. It's a that's a I don't care who you are. That's a failure.
That's a fate. That's a fate point.
Yeah.
Do you want to use a fate point to reroll that? Yeah.
Oh, God.
That bad boy there.
While she swings at you with the chain blade, backing up as she does so, she kind of glares her out the scene. She can only really see you and Yen, and she will be backing up as she swings. It's like a kind of, she swings and hops backwards, and will see the blood and the mutilated corpses of the Arbites, and just kind of like growl into her combead. Foxheart, Wilhelm, I'm going to need you here. This isn't over. The Inquisitor's lackeys have found me. So she's gonna hit you.
I got a better dodge that time.
Better dodge, still a failure. It's a tearing weapon, so she can re-roll twice and take the higher result. I think you're gonna be down in critical damage regardless. Yeah, it was an 8. So 8 damage. That puts you
That kills
me. Not kill. You're gonna take a critical wound.
Yeah.
Just a
You're
critical
doing
wound.
great.
Maybe you'll live. It'll be 6 points of critical wound to the body with rending damage. So
All right. That sucks.
that will be.
Ah!
Good news. The GoFundMe for Erlene's armor is looking really good right now. So we'll get you a new armor real soon.
Oh yes, that's a good point. What's your damage reduction on your body? How much damage would you actually take from this?
Damage reduction is 4. Oh,
Okay,
6,
so you only take
it's
4
6
damage,
on- it's
which
6
means you're
it's
only-
it's 6 on body.
6 on body. Yep. So that's great. That means you're only gonna take. You don't take critical damage. You're on 13 out of 13. You take it. You take the hit.
Right on the chin.
Yeah. So you should be at 13 wounds right now.
All right.
She's gonna use her Assassin's Strike ability to, I believe it just lets her kind of back up after making the melee attack. Oh, she has to make an acrobatics check first. Yeah. Yeah, well, you're lucky that Caius had her unconscious this whole time. But she actually fails. Maybe it's the fact that Erlene just doesn't go down after taking a chainsaw to the chest as she tries to back up. I don't know, maybe you lurch after her or something. And she can't quite get free from the encounter. But she has called for reinforcements. It's actually your turn immediately, Erlene. You are completely conscious. You have your gun still in hand. What would you like to do?
What I like to do? It's a good question. So I have 2 options.
Yeah.
I can either try to get away a little bit, or I can just stay put and maybe talk my way through this.
Another option is equipping your sword and wailing at it.
Yeah.
I don't think killing her is a good idea because I don't know. I have more questions than I do answers. So
Wise.
my character doesn't want to kill this person. So
Yeah.
I need assistance here. Is the first? I mean, that's the first thing I do is I scream off the top of my head. Let me look at my. I gotta pull up my move action. Sorry, combat.
Yeah, that's fair. Just to kind of set the scene while this is happening, as the majority of the combat has quieted down, this like encounter is much more audible, and also so is the chaos in the city below. You can hear riots. You can hear the recorded propaganda of Ravella Paisello being cast through the great Vox speakers on the side of the many churches of Pask, as well as, you know, protest songs and things of the like. Mixed
All right,
in
I'm gonna do a half action for a
prayers.
knockdown. I'm gonna knock her down. I'm right now.
Do you have the knockdown skill?
Do I have the knockdown skill? I don't think so.
Is that the same one that you have, Raiso?
I have a skill called, I don't know if it's knockdown or takedown. Let me double
You
check.
have takedown. Yeah, okay. Just checking, because Rice has a special thing, and some of these things you're going to
I have athletics, I have athletics and acrobatics.
Yeah. No, you can absolutely try and knock down.
All right.
How does that work? The little tooltip I have doesn't help. Great. Okay. I'm going to assume it's following the very rough rules as grapple, just like D&D does. I'm going to just get it for you, because this is a pretty climactic moment. We don't want to fudge the rules. Ready, knockdown. Okay, you make an opposed strength check. You don't have a bonus because you aren't charging. So it is just literally your strength versus her strength.
So just click strength and then go.
Yeah, the strength attribute, so not athletics.
Yep.
You have a failure of 4 degrees. That's okay. She might fail more. She is not incredibly strong. No, I think that's a little bit less. So she's gonna resist being knocked down. That is only a half action to try and shove her like that.
All right. Let me see if I got another half action here.
Now, luckily, you didn't quite fail enough. If you failed slightly more, or she succeeded slightly more, you would have been knocked down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's just no mercy in Dark Heresy.
All right. I'm
You have
trying to
option?
knock down. I have the option of knocking down the second time, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Let's try that. Let's try again without using a fate point.
Yeah, just as your second action. She'll make the same roll, you'll make the same roll.
Cool.
She gets a 51, so she's 21 points over her target. You are... Do you want to use a fate point to reroll that?
Do it.
Yes.
Do it. You can't do
That's a
worse
failure with
than
7
this.
degrees. That's a 100. It's the worst thing you could possibly roll.
Yep. I can only roll that once. So.
Only going
And you
up
don't
from
need
here.
to succeed. You just need to get
Yep.
Less than 20 things.
closer.
21 over.
You know.
All right. Fate
Yeah.
point 2. Already burned it for 2 fate points in the first move.
It's all right. You're gonna be great.
It's super important though.
There we go. So there's a straight up scuffle here between two, you're a mercenary with like every kind of talent. She's like a very light, nimble warrior. But like eventually you just get the right like position and the strength in the right place to just send her crunching down to the ground. You're actually gonna deal damage to her because of how much you succeeded. What's your strength bonus? As in your strength score. What's your strength score? Oh yeah, it's 39. Okay, so roll me a d5.
All right, D5.
And then it will just be that much damage. Hey, 5 damage. That's massive. There is a really heavy sound as she hits the ground because she's wearing this bulky Tempestus chest plate, right? Which is a full, it's only on the chest, but it's a full, pretty heavy piece of armor, and it clangs against the ground. The sound rings out. It's really brutal. Incredibly.
Get what you
brutal.
deserve.
Damn.
Drink your milk and finish your peas.
Risa, you hear all this. You hear the scuffle, the chain blade, the smack talk.
Is the threat subdued?
You don't know. You can't see it from here, I'm pretty sure. All you know is that Erlene has knocked her down. You don't know if they're down for good. I imagine Erlene wouldn't really let their like stance down. So that would probably give you an idea that there's still a threat.
Right.
I don't think Erlene lets her stance down very often though.
I think I'd like to apply manacles to what's her face? Pycello.
You are incredibly far away.
Incredibly far.
You would need, that would be a multiple turn process, and this fight is still happening.
Okay.
You would first need to get closer.
I thought Risa was a bit further along than that
Yeah,
when we left.
She
Right.
went back some because you were looking to reload the bolter ammo from the ship's store. Because your bolter that you dismantled has no stuff left in it.
All right. Erlene, come in. Erlene, can you hear me?
Ah!
Erlene, is the threat neutralized? Do you need assistance?
No!
Is that you need assistance? Yes? Affirmative?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'll be there shortly.
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
Risa, hearing that Erlene needs assistance, will attempt to use a takedown. Will takedown get me all the way there since it's a charge?
Nah, you would have to use a full move to run there, which is the furthest you can move in a turn. And even then, you're not actually there. You're just within sight range, right? You'd need to set up for next turn, maybe being able to come in with a takedown if Erlene isn't in the way, because it's around a corner. It's a very awkward place for like a melee combat. So if you ran this turn, it would put you on the other end of the platform, like right here. So where all the fighting is happening now. So that would be good.
Risa, go help her. I'll
yeah.
subdue her while you're on the way.
All right. Risa's going to toss the bolter towards Ohm. And it's empty, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna toss the bolter to Ohm, and then just begin the charge as fast as she can toward down the
The Terminator run.
down the gangway. Yeah, like the Terminator. Just and as she's doing it, she's gonna click on the loudhailer,
Yeah.
and she's going to say, as she's running, "Attention, citizen. By holy order of the Emperor, cease any and all hostile actions and prepare to submit on pain of death. Failure to do so will result in immediate, overwhelmingly lethal force."
Hell yeah. Okay. Next up is Caius. Caius is already casting.
I'm already ready. Let's go.
Caius is blasting. Okay.
B.
Willpower.
Make her think she's dead.
Listen.
again.
That's right.
Oh, she
what-
cannot
Oh,
save
yeah.
against hallucinations. It's just
all right.
not happening.
1d5 or 1d10, right?
Yeah, 1d10 on the hallucination table. You're still looking for that. What was it, 5 or 10? For the...
Eight's good though, I think, if I remember correctly, right?
8 is
I remember
not
my
good
hallucinations.
for you.
Oh well, not really. That's not gonna be
You
it.
see, so Erlene and maybe Risa and Yen, you see the kind of warp manifesting around her again, and her eyes just start glowing red with hellfire as she becomes frenzied.
Let's
So that'll be fun.
yeah. Let's try this one more time. Oh jeez. Oh, you know what? Hell, I'll roll again. I'll burn one fate to try to drop another little thought in their mind. There we go.
Okay, that's good. Frenzy is quite interesting how it will affect her. It makes her better in melee, but like much worse at ranged.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna
Yeah, there we go. All right.
Okay,
That's much better.
that is good.
Mm-hmm.
Although, how does that work with Frenzy combining? We'll see on her turn, I imagine.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's frenzied.
I would imagine
her
the
eyes are
closest
glowing
thing
with
now is
hellfire.
those things, right?
Well, Erlene's very close.
Yeah, that's true.
Erlene is very close. But yeah, she starts kind of looking in all sorts of directions as if she's being surrounded by many combatants.
Perfect.
And we'll see what happens with that, I guess. Oh, what are you thinking?
Well, is gonna watch Risa throw an empty bolter at him and make no effort to catch it and watch it just fall down the rest of the into the city below, and then just sort of all right. I can't remember what the hell Ohm's skull was gonna do. I think whatever its intended plan was, I think its target is murdered.
Yeah, I think you were just sort of getting into a better position while using the coils, like the gangway, as cover.
But-
Where your skull wasn't really going to be a combatant.
He'll just keep puttering his way over that way. Nothing,
Cool. You can move twice that much if you wanted. Alright. The Skitari, the ones over here, they're still alive as much as they ever were, but they are just meaningless zombies still. They're just kind of like tumbling and grabbing. Not even trying to like attack you. Yen! Ravella is on the ground. She is overcome with warp energies, frenzying her and making her mad. She just nearly took her lean down.
Does Yen know if we're intending to like actually take her down? Like,
You
You
didn't
did?
plan to meet her here. You didn't make a plan for when you next encounter her.
I see Ryza running up. I might take this opportunity to reload or unjam my weapon.
That's the start of a 2-round process.
Does this count as one of those rounds?
Yeah, so you would start unjamming it now, and then you'd spend the next turn unjamming it, and then the turn after that, you'd be free.
I think that'd be useful to do.
It would be. Okay, cool. So, unjamming the hotshot pistol is an entire process because it's the backpack. You've got to like slump the backpack off your shoulders. You've got to check all the connections. You've got to check every element and make sure that it's still working. Exactly. But
Getting
luckily,
there,
you have
guys.
like really solid cover.
jeez.
So, guys.
Just gotta weld this.
Okay.
Give me a minute. Don't die.
What Ravello does depends on the roll of a scatter die.
Hey.
So that's 1d10.
I want to say sorry to Vince, Darlene.
It's a 10, which is unique to this. She, I believe, is going to start shooting up in the air.
Perfect.
Bang, bang.
As if she's being like attacked by flying gargoyles or something. She has
Nice.
the pistol in one hand and the blade in the other. She kind of like blasts up in the air with this hell pistol, which you know can't have many rounds of ammo in it because it's not connected to a backpack like Yen's is. As she shoots up, it kind of singes and cuts through the many cables above. She'll do that with one of her half actions. The second one will let the frenzy take over, which is she kind of blindlessly attacks the closest person. With a modifier.
I wonder
With
who that
another
is.
modifier because of her singling out ability. So... her weapon skill is temporarily got a plus 30 to it.
Still,
Which is gonna
like,
hit.
on the ground though.
Do you want to dodge? Ooh, no.
Yeah.
Super valid point. She would have to stand up, so ignore that whole thing. That would be her shooting up in the ground, up in the air, like, was it Point Break? And then, and then she spends the next moment, like, standing up as if she's going to charge you, Erlene, just basically frothing at the mouth.
Okay. That's better than dodging something.
Erlene, you are close enough, no check necessary, that you can basically hear through her comm bead that her reinforcements are on the way. Though it's only two voices coming through.
Gotcha.
Oh, jeez.
It's now your turn.
All right. Does she look like? Okay. Can you give me a little bit more description of what I see in front of me?
Yeah, for sure. Ravella Paisello is a human. She has one bionic eye. She's wearing this Tempestus chest plate, but is unarmored basically in the rest of the body. Well, not unarmored, but like it's not heavy armor. So her body, high degree of protection. She has a Rosarius, which I don't know if Erlene would know exactly what that means. The rest of the party have already encountered her before you met, and kind of knows what that will do for her. She's got the Hell pistol in one hand, chain blade in the other, and has a hand cannon on the other hip. She was using both pistols before. It kind of looks like she has a whole bunch of equipment, honestly, all of a pretty good quality. Just from how you've seen her been fighting before, she's like a dexterity-based fighter. She's very acrobatic, and she's very talented at picking people out from a crowd.
All right.
When they're
I am going to I'm going to use a full action. And I'm going to have a deep defensive stance. And while I'm taking this defensive stance, I'm going to say, I'm going to say, I'm going to say something like, like, just stand down already. God damn it.
Nice.
That gives time for Risa to get closer. Risa, you might actually be within charge range. Let me just check.
Mm-hmm.
Charge range is 9 meters. You can charge around if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'm going to. I'd like to perform a takedown.
Okay, charge takedown. I believe it has a plus 20 modifier to your usual takedown mechanics.
So that's a weapon skill with a plus
Yeah, I believe
20?
it's just a regular weapon skill check for you with a plus 20.
All right, that's a success with 6 additional degrees.
Aha! Interesting. That is a really good success. As you get up close, you get real close. You're like swinging the shock maul at her. This flash of light appears around her like a halo of holy light. You can see the Rosarius, this really chunky amulet, basically pulsing with energy, creating this shield, completely nullifying the attack, even though it was non-damaging. I just had to check that's how it works. But you do get right up close. And that would be your turn. Next up is Caius.
Yeah, well, you know, I know what life I'm living right now. I'm pretty sure. I just double check and see. I mean, I've got Risa and Arlene in her close vicinity. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, You know what? Yeah.
That's a failure.
Oof. All right, let's fate point that out. Let's try that one more time.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's a success.
Let's see
Willpower
what she's got against that.
Well,
Listen,
you know,
don't you go rolling good now.
Chance, right? So like,
Yeah, there
she
we
doesn't
go.
get it most of the time.
Not bad. All right.
Hallucinations. Take.
No, that's not a hallucination. That is.
Oh no!
dominate.
Shit! Dominate.
Yeah. I'll just look at her
dear.
and whisper. Stop.
Be cool.
Okay, and we've gone through this before, right? Dominate is just they do what you say for like a round or two.
Yep.
Yeah, she has
That
her
is,
weapons ready.
Yeah, that's just following my command at that point. Yeah.
She has her weapons ready. She's kind of in that frenzied state, and all of that immediately clears. You can feel the calm. You can basically almost hear Kaya saying that, right? It kind of carries with the wind that's whipping around up here. And she will lower her weapons and take a big, deep breath. Combat is temporarily over,
Risa
although
will,
she will defend herself if you attack her.
Risa will,
Nice.
Risa will place her in manacles.
I think the manacles are just enough that they probably wouldn't spook her out of the dominate, out of the command to just stop. So yeah, you can absolutely.
She has
just
for
kinda snap the
reinforcements.
manacles on.
Risa will
Yeah.
also be removing the item that was glowing on her, confiscating it as evidence.
I'm gonna need you to give me a tech use check.
Since we're not in combat immediately right now, I know that reinforcements are coming, so I want to take the stance of aiming and being like doing security. So I'm looking for
Ready,
threats immediately.
checking the corners.
Risa
Yeah.
being unable
I'm
to...
freaking out.
Risa being unable to decipher exactly what this thing is. Risa's gonna lead the suspect back down the gangway towards Ohm 13, where Ohm may inspect this glowing orb on her chest.
Little Ohm skull's right there.
Oh, well, the
Ohm skull's
the Ohm
there.
skull's right there. Ohm 13, do you see this?
The skull will do a quick little scan because he's seen it. He saw it work before when Ben and
When Ben.
her were shooting at each other like it was fun.
Are you familiar with this technology, Ohm 13?
I want to roll to have the skull immediately try to remove it from her.
Yeah, it would be a tech use check. No modifiers. The glowing has now completely removed,
Nice.
and it just looks like a regular necklace. You can pry it off. It does start to light up again as you do, to the point that it would kind of hurt the eyes of like Risa and Erlene nearby. But once it's like snapped off in the right way, all of the links of the amulet just kind of like sliver close to it, and you can pull the conversion field away.
So the Ohm skull now has the Rosarius and its little.
Yeah, technically it's actually a conversion field, which is like a lesser form of a Rosarius, but yeah.
Nice.
Will somebody please repair the fucking Arvis?
What? I'm gonna jump on the comm beat right quick and talk to Risa and be like, hey, Risa, it looks like that part of the solar system's a star now, huh?
Yeah, without saying much, the Ohm Skull is just going to begin leaving with the new little trinket it has.
Caius. Caius, what the fuck are you talking about?
He's a solar system, the Ohm 13.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's glowing, so it's a star.
No, Ohm 13 is the star, and then the floaty thing that's the whole.
No, the
entire-
floaty. Wait, okay, so he's a brighter star now?
No, so he made well.
Uh-huh.
Okay, he's a star because all
Uh-huh.
the little floaty things are like the.
Sure.
The other.
I thought he was a planet, and then now.
No.
Okay.
He's the star in the solar system,
Uh-huh.
and then the other.
Yeah.
The other things are celestial bodies.
Okay, so
Yen,
there's-
you finally reload.
Hey guys, I'm done. I'm ready.
Excellent, Yen.
There
Great
you
job.
are, Yen. I'm looking for
Yeah,
you.
they've called for reinforcements. I want you to take them out as soon as you see whoever. If anybody comes up on this platform, like just take them out. Other than us, if you recognize us as being us, don't shoot them, please.
Ohm 13.
Right.
Don't shoot us.
Ohm
Yeah.
13. Yen, go fix the lighter. We need to evacuate immediately.
Yeah, we need a mosey.
I'll see what I can do. Let me see. I mean, it's a little bit different than a gun to repair, but I'll give it a shot.
The Ohm Skull will deliver the little suppression field thing back to Ohm proper, and then go fuss with the.
The ship, yeah.
And at this point, I guess Ohm will just make his way over everyone else's cables and get onto the platform with the party.
Yeah, at this point you don't need a check for that, you know. There's no immediate rush. Ravella, but the mind domination does kind of pass, and there is just like a realization. There's a slight smile on her lips,
No, you don't.
but she doesn't, you know, start speaking up or doing an evil monologue or anything. She's just like, okay, yeah, this is what happened
Yeah.
for now.
Are we able
So,
to evacuate using the tendril from the null point?
Yeah, if you wanted to, you'd have to climb back onto it, which is a more dangerous process than climbing down, right? The lighter would be safer if you can fix it.
Yeah, I like
And then you'd have
the idea of the lighter here.
All right, we'll use the lighter.
Both Ohm and Yen are kind of working on repairing it. Let me just check if there's not a special vehicle repair skill, or if it would just be a regular tech use. I think it's just a regular tech use.
Nice.
It would be pretty difficult because of how damaged it was, but with Yen helping, I'll just say it's a +0. Tech use check from Ohm. Well, luckily I said Ohm.
Yeah. Like, all right.
So let's see Ohm's one.
So where'd the wheels go?
Just sort of looks at Yin and then shoves him out of the way.
Yeah. Yen just looks at it like, what the hell is this thing?
You're lucky I already said you gave a positive modifier off before you rolled that abysmal display. Another 100. That's 2 hundreds today.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
I pulled 2 in a row last week. Keeping
Yeah,
the
that's
keeping
nice.
the
That's right.
tradition
Not to
going.
brag.
I wanna talk. I wanna like just be like, hey, how's your day going? To Ravella Picella, like, but although it may actually be sounded like, hey, how's it going? Because of how.
Her eye, because the Warhammer 40k like red eye does not change direction, it just stares. Her other eye just kind of like glances at like maybe a little bit of blood leaking out from under your armor. Everything's fine with me.
All right.
Everything's going
so-
exactly to plan.
All right, cool. Well, you know, I have a tendency of fucking up plans, so we'll see how that goes. And you seem pretty chill, but you know,
You seem pretty
just,
cool.
You know, you
I
know,
love that they have no relation to each other whatsoever at this point.
None. Yeah, and even then, Ravello will kind of like look to Ryza, who's probably like pushing her along the gangway, and be like, "Your new one is terribly rude."
yeah, pretty much. You know, I'm not known for being the most. I mean, it's what I do. Like I work for a living. You know, I don't know. I'm gonna.
Oh,
Your
All
complaint.
right, just keep
working class.
Keep an eye out, like Yen, for anybody, because yeah, I go back to just sort of pulling security. I just tried to. I'm trying to be charming, and I'm not. It's not working.
Your complaint may be filed with the appropriate bureaucracy in triplicate.
With just like the benefit of not being shot at, the Ohm skull can whiz around the inside of the lighter and repair it. While it took a pretty like awkward heavy knock and took hull damage, actually getting this thing flying again, not that much hassle.
Is that field item still active? Like, or has it been disabled? What Ohm took off?
It's not disabled. Taking it apart has taking it off her, like, unwillingly, has lowered its quality to poor quality, which means if you use it, it has a higher chance of overloading and becoming basically void.
Can he begin tinkering with it?
Oh yeah, you can start tinkering with it.
Hey, don't mess with that. I'm about to fly the damn thing.
No, he's tinkering with the necklace. The ship's great.
Oh.
But you might want to say that as, like, the skull leaves. And then, like...
Hey, keep that thing running.
Yeah, the lighter can be basically made fully operational. Bear in mind, it still has a third of its HP missing. But as long as you don't get shot at, it'll be fine.
It also doesn't have a gun.
We shouldn't get shot at, folks.
So, I don't know if that was the appropriate skill, but I'm rolling to have Ohm trying to repair this thing, because it's,
I'll check that. I don't know if there's a straight-up mechanic for repairing. I mean, I actually think there is somewhere. I think that's probably good to repair it, which is pretty funny. You know, I'm like, aha, you took the cool loot item, you broke it, aha, it's no more effective. And just like, no, the log says no. Log says no. Either way, you're going to have a really good understanding of how it works as a proper force field. So that's really cool. Do you want to get everyone in the back of the lighter and take off?
Absolutely. Yeah, Rice has already subdued the prisoner.
Yeah.
The suspect is in custody. She's in the back of the lighter. Risa has her empty bolter still.
All right, I'm gonna
the
pile
one
this
that's on the bottom of the ship.
Yeah, there's one bolter still connected.
Risa still has the empty one and is expecting an Ohm has filled it back up.
Nope.
Ohm 13.
We gotta get out of here.
Ohm looks up from the thing he's working on. Just
Have you replenished the ammunition inside this unit?
You did not tell me to do so.
We talked about this.
We did not. You threw a weapon at me, and I acknowledged the weapon was thrown at me, and then
You know what? You probably forgot. It's okay. It's okay.
I have forgotten nothing.
It's okay. You probably forgot. Just grab some extra ammo when you come back in and
From where?
wherever you have it on the ship or anywhere. Just grab some extra ammo so that this
This
thing
is not my ship.
It is. It's our ship. We've commandeered it. Ohm 13.
It's my ship.
It's our. It's all.
It is Erlene's ship.
Erlene, can I requisition a bolter shot or two? Is that all right?
Sure.
Ohm 13,
but,
you heard the captain.
Let's do it.
It
Let's
is
do it when we.
impractical to do it at this time.
You know what? Fuck it.
Let's
Fuck
do it whenever we get to where we're going, so that way we just go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Off the side of the building and takes the prisoner in a chokehold and holds her by the throat.
oh,
Hey, that's
see,
my
I thought
bolter
this
you
was
threw down.
inside, because he's in the.
Okay. The bolter's
Risa.
thrown off the side of the building, and the
All right,
prisoner has a
Let's
big
go.
head around her neck. Let's go.
Go.
Yeah, you can close the back hatch now that, everyone's appropriate sass has been spent.
Hold on, one more. Ohm is going to impassively watch the bolter get flung off the side of the tower, and
This will make rearmament a little more precarious, but I shall attempt to do so anyway.
Erlene, I'm going to need an Aeronautica operate check from you.
get you on the ship, guys.
This will have a +10 on it, because it's just taking off. No stress.
Ooh, Erlene, you're muted.
I'm taking
Curses.
this as I don't hear any music, so I don't hear any intense music, so I think it'll be fine. So +10. Okay.
+10. Hey,
Oops, I put in plus
Nicotine's
minus.
the one who chooses the music, I'm not sending like secret text. It's like boss music now, although I could.
I have no idea what the hell happened there, but it's weird.
No,
I hit the wrong button.
Oh,
Yeah,
plus-
it's only a
That was the
modifier.
right button. It's just the modifier didn't go through. But the
yeah.
modifier would have actually made it a success because you would have had a +10
There we go.
instead of a +1 minus. You kind of like Mario Bros. Secret leveled it.
Yeah, I
so it's a
hit the
success.
minus instead of a plus.
The lighter takes off. The back hatch closes. It is a little grumbly, but almost every machine is. The machine spirit was at least
Alright, where are we
appeased way earlier.
We're meeting with our Inquisitor contact.
All right, anybody can guide me there.
Home 13, please act as guidance for Erlene.
The Ohm Skull will just find the appropriate interface on the lighter's console and just hook in and bring up all that information for her.
Bring up the sat nav.
Yep.
Yen,
All right,
is Yen in the co-pilot seat?
I want to
We
get us a
forgot
path. I want to
Ian's
get us
just
a
in the
path.
back.
I want to get us a path that avoids being over any towers or urban centers that could be, used as anti-aircraft, if possible.
smart.
Can you do
We
that?
should do
Ohm?
that first. That's, I think, a security check from Ohm would make the most sense because you have the lay of the land. I will say that's a hard one. I'm going to give you a -10. Is it going through?
Am I rolling something?
Yes. Yeah. Ohm's security check -10.
Oh, okay. I was like, sorry, I'm trying to find us a new second edition here.
Don't worry about it.
We'll just fire off another one. Do you really need to know where like defensive armaments could be? I mean,
I don't know.
fly
You
in
can
the
spend a
shadow
fate
of
point
the
or not.
tendril of
Yeah, you
the,
got a fate point.
mechanical ship.
Ohm has the most fate points. Come on.
Yeah, we'll just do one real quick. There, see?
That's way better. Cool. With one success, you can kind of change the plot of the course. It's a little more dangerous. It's a lot of going under archways and bridges and things. There will be like a check basically to see, how you fly that kind of stuff later. But it's a wise choice because you actually can see pretty haphazard, but anti-air weaponry being set up on the roofs of some of these churches. So it was
I
the
am a
right move
mercenary.
to make.
I am a
It
mercenary.
really was. So with Ravello in the back and held by the neck, what is it you guys wanted to do in the back?
Yen, are you comfortable helping to fly this vessel?
I mean, I'm not very experienced with flying, The controls are pretty different to a steering wheel.
No. Let me take care of this. I got this.
Yeah, Erling seems pretty good. I'm kind of just rested back here.
All right, well, fix your buckle.
I'm good. I swear, I am.
just make
I'm
sure she
good.
doesn't
Safety
talk.
restraints, Yen.
I mean, I'm fine. I'm completely safe back here. It's not like I'm gonna fall out.
I would like to roll for intimidate.
On Yen. Yeah, sure. I'll give you a +10.
Oops. Well, even without a
No,
plus
that's fine.
10,
We'll add an extra. Yeah, that's a 5 degrees of success against Yen.
put your buckle on. Don't make me come over there.
Can I roll something?
Against that? I don't know.
Yeah. I wanna
try.
see if I can do it, just to see.
What would it be? It would be a willpower check. Just straight.
Oh, power. All right. I'm buckling up. I'm buckling up.
I just look at her Velopie cell like I'm so sorry. They're normally not like this.
Risa will
Don't talk to her. Just let her not. Just
Risa will
don't
toss a nutrient
let
bar
her
over
speak.
again.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Yen.
Thank you.
Well, enjoy it.
Yo,
Do
she's
you mind if
gonna-
I just rest here?
So this person here back here is probably thinks that has a good reason to believe that the people of this city are on her side. So keeping her shut up is like a good idea right now, I think.
Yeah, she can't talk. Risa's got a hold of her throat.
Crunched. Yeah. She
Crump.
does give, like... She's giving kind of like Caius a look more than anyone else. But,
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, she can't talk right now. I'm gonna need
Does Risa
another
have anything in
aeronautica
her-
check.
Does Risa have anything in her Medicaid bag that could act as a consciousness suppressant?
Does Rice have roofies?
I mean, you would, right? You have like a proper rare pack of all kinds of equipment. I think you could absolutely give a medicine check to see if you can kind of like give her the Emperor's graceful sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
a Medicaid check.
That's what we're gonna do.
It'll be contested against her toughness, I think. I think that makes sense. Kind of thing I used to do when I played Stars Without Number. I had a party member who was playing the team's doctor, and so that was their move. They weren't picking up like a pistol or anything. They were running up with a medical bag and a needle.
All right. Is that a modifier of any kind?
No modifier, but it is contested.
So that's the 2 additional degrees.
Oh, and she ain't tough. She ain't tough. Ooh, okay, so she gets 2 degrees of success as well. But I think you got ever so slight. It came down to like 2 or 3 points there. So you
Takes
can
a lot
take
of
like a
drugs.
moment to, get a big old needle, stick her with it, and she's gonna like kind of be fighting for a moment before she's not like unconscious. She's just zoned out enough that she's not gonna be talking or really a threat or anything, especially with the manacles.
As she's going to sleep, Rice is gonna lean in really close and just gonna whisper, "When you wake up, you will know what loyalty means."
Oh, thank God.
And her eye rolls back, and the mechanical eye kind of like flickers a little.
I found it. I'm sorry.
Okay. Erlene, aeronautica check. The security wasn't much of a success, so it's going to be at a -10. You are swooping under archways in this. It's basically a flying minivan, right? Like, it's not
Yeah.
a graceful plane. With a hole in it.
Yeah,
speed
pretty big
hole.
one. All right.
Yeah, it's actually got one pretty, like, scuppered engine. Like, Ohms fixed it back together with literal prayers, because that's how
Alright,
it works, so...
Aeronautica, what, with -10, you said?
Mhm.
Okay.
What does Ohm want to do before we crash and burn?
What's the stats on that thing Ohm took?
Oh, that is a conversion field.
All right, I am going
just
to
a regular conversion field.
I'm gonna do my last fate point on this.
Nice.
Good idea. You can find a conversion field in the protection area of the book. It basically has a 50% chance to block incoming shots, and also,
Cool.
if you take high damage, it basically acts as a flashbang. But that didn't happen. Last fate point on Erlene.
Yep.
Reroll. See if you can make it. You
It's
have
the
a
worst
basically
roll ever.
31% chance. It was a remarkably
Yeah,
bad roll.
it can't
That's
be
not
worse
as
than
bad.
that roll. Yeah.
That's not as bad. So we'll take it.
All right, it's gonna be a rough one.
You say as
Strap
you
in.
crash into like a gargoyle on the side of one of the churches, and you're just gonna like keep bump off on the other direction.
All right, how much hit points?
Yeah, everyone's gonna take 3 hit points of damage, including Ravella.
Rude.
Erlene, that is critical damage. This is the impact damage.
Jeez.
Yeah, the console sparks in front of you, you know. And this isn't just from one this is like the whole thing is you have to do really difficult swoops. The whole of this motion is incredibly difficult. You are flying towards the Administratum building that the Inquisitor operates in. And basically land on the top. It is not a graceful landing because Erlene is stunned. Like by the time you land, it's like all of the energy is into getting the landing. The moment it's down, it's a duh, right?
I need medical attention immediately.
Yeah.
As we land, Risa,
Everyone is beat up.
Yeah, Risa will continue holding Paisello, the suspect, by the throat, just holding her up, and is gonna just dash over to the cockpit and bring Erlene out of the cockpit and hoist her over her other shoulder. Everyone out of the lighter.
Ohm will disembark almost immediately.
Now let me get this thing off real quick.
You should cover her face so she's not recognized by anybody, I say before I almost pass out.
That's a good point. Risa will take the back of her shirt and just pull it over the top of her head.
Yeah.
And
Like a little sack mask.
yeah, exactly. And we'll continue. We'll go down into the Administratum building.
Erlene, you get a little more strength in you. You still have 3 points of critical injury, but you can walk, you can talk. And I think the rest of the party's, good-ish too. Still, a little beat up. The Administratum building is more armed than before. Well, before it was, it was administration's building. While the bureaucrats in the Empire have, their own mercenaries and their own wars that they fight just over, bureaucracy. Now the Administratum building is, filled with Imperial Guardsmen, some planetary guardsmen, just some people from the town that have been deemed trustworthy enough to be given, arms and armor. Although not many of them. Most of the people here are Imperial Guard. Or Mechanicus. You wouldn't meet the Inquisitor in a regular place. Their message would kind of pass through the building, and Inquisitor Balifo will head to meet you basically in the stairwell. There's like an elevator shaft that goes down the middle of the stairwell. It's like a square sort of layout, which creaks and groans. And he will immediately see that you have Paisello and give you like a heavily approving nod. Well, we'll have to put her somewhere secure then.
We need immediate medical attention for one of our members.
Hey, hey.
She's in shock.
Just the one?
Is anyone else hurt?
I'm a little hurt.
That one too.
I took her down. I just want to say that.
That part.
And she's
Very well
alive. I
done.
took her down alive.
Well, yeah, okay.
It was commendable.
Hush now, sweet.
There's no need for pride in our good Imperium, especially while the most prideful of us throw a temper tantrum about what they believe is the true right of the Emperor. Come, we'll put her in a cell, and we'll see that the rest of you have some medical attention.
Very good. Thank you.
Erlene is soon... Erlene is thrown in a cell. No, they had a mix-up. No. Pycello is put in a cell. They would have cells in this building. Admittedly, probably for more blue-collar crime than anything else, but that's fine. Still just as secure. And you can be brought to a...
put into that cell, Risa will ensure that she's been thoroughly patted down and anything dangerous on her person has been confiscated as evidence. Also, she has been processed by Risa. She no longer has her clothes, she has prisoner garb, and she has given nothing inside of her cell.
Okay. I'm going to need you to do a security check to not only do all those checks, but also kind of manage all of that. This is something you should, you've gone through before. So I'll give you a +10. That's a failure, but only like with no degrees. So that's actually a kind of a good thing. If you were to take it.
Yeah, we'll take it.
She is processed. This would be, the rest of it would be kind of taken away to the hodgepodge little medical section of this little the war camp here, and she's thrown away in this cell, being all of her stuff replaced with prisoner issue things. Although the inmate garb is a lot rattier here. This isn't a penal world, although that is definitely your intent for the planet. The rest of you, geez, blimey. You can definitely get some first aid from the other people around. Bear in mind, once you've got first aid, you will not be able to get it again for the rest of the day. But I don't think any of you got first aid from Risa. Maybe some drugs, but not first aid. So that will be what we do first before we go into the practice of you guys actually resting. If anyone wants to do healing with fate points, now would be a really great time if you have any left. Okay, so it's a -10 penalty for critical damage and -10 for heavy damage, -10 for critical damage. So Erlene is really hard to heal. I'm just going to do one check for everyone.
Is it possible for Risa to assist any of the doctors here at the Administratum with Erlene's field wounds?
Yeah, I'll give them just a solid +10 for that.
Medicae?
No, you don't need to roll anything.
got
They'll
it.
be rolling it. You're just kind of giving a bonus.
Sure.
They don't have, this isn't the trained medics that you have had in other places, so it's a little rough, but we'll see if you guys get some patch-ups from them. And you do! That's actually pretty awesome. That is going to be 4 points of healing to everyone who needs it. It takes critical damage
Back to
first,
0.
and then strips it away. This is, these are like the Imperial Guardsmen who have the first aid training, right? They're actually the people who trained Risa. So that would be kind of funny. And there's also other people to patch up. There are guardsmen at the windows sort of securing this building, the ever-present crack of las guns, as well as the kind of rumble of the rioting that's happening across the planet, and the static of the radio messages that kind of just sort of sing through the buildings.
Question. Being that these are the same people that trained Risa the first time, and being that Risa is assisting in this major recovery of Erlene, who's been damaged almost beyond repair, is it possible that these folks have bestowed any additional knowledge in the Medicae field to Risa?
Perhaps. Why don't you give me an intelligence check, see if you picked anything up. I like that reasoning.
Oh no. You gotta be goddamn pure.
Riser is a bit of a blunt object. You know, no new knowledge is going in that.
Okay.
Past the skull.
Risa picks up a package of like band-aids on the way out and just like, I know how to do this too.
All right, am I healed up?
You are healed slightly.
Well,
you got
healed up slightly. All right, Risa.
Yes.
We should personally guard that cell because I have a gut feeling that she planned this.
Understood. Yeah.
It's a hunch.
We'll be watching her very closely.
I've done a couple takedowns being a bounty hunter before, and it's always the people that smirk that think that they have an out whenever.
We'll take it in shifts. Some of us will get sleep, while others attend. I'll take the first shift.
Okay, Risa can go down to the dungeons of this building because every good office building needs dungeons. They are connected to the sub-levels of the structure, which goes past the pretty heavily, you know, armored currently sort of lower floors that you would usually travel through. I think even that, like, this is one of those situations where she's such a key person to have be locked up. She's probably like strapped down to some degree, you know, with her arms strapped so she can't, you know, judo chop anyone or anything stupid like that. So she will kind of like occasionally glare at you through the armor glass of the door, like there'd be like a little window.
Risa is going to be very Buckingham Palace about the whole thing.
Yeah. Thank
Like
you. That's a reference I can understand personally.
It's nice.
Yeah, she's just really going to be giving you the stink eye the whole time. But she also recognizes who you are, and so isn't going to do the like captured villain talking to the good guys thing because it's Risa. Risa is a wall. She's not going to get anything from that, even entertainment. So while you're on this first guard shift, yeah, that's the best kind of mall. Wall. What are the rest of you really looking at doing? So that patch up was just first aid. If you want to rest here through the night, you'll get more healing, but how much depends on dice rolls and things like that. You can assist the guard here. You can find out more information about what happened up there, about what's happening down here. What's really the stuff, the kind of things you guys are interested in, because we'll probably get into it after a break. What are you interested in?
Let's see.
I'm probably just gonna go talk to my rat buddy and get some supplies.
I'm going
He's
to want
not here.
somebody.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're in a different place. I don't know then.
I'm gonna want to have somebody do repairs on the lighter, on the Arvis lighter.
Yeah, that's a good idea. It's wise.
Yen is probably going to rest up.
Okay,
He
Yen's
took a
having
few
a sleep.
blows.
Yeah. I'm just gonna accompany Risa then watching Ravella.
Okay, awesome. In which case, I think this is a great place for.
I was gonna say, probably
Yeah, go
try
ahead.
to rummage around for what do we say, like chance to finding an internal power reservoir.
Any kind of cybernetic in this building right now under siege that is not just a regular arm or a leg is not really gonna happen.
Oh, well, then we'll look for arms.
Oh yeah, you can get some arms. you can Rocket Raccoon it and you know find where they're keeping the cybernetic arms for the people who were injured.
One thing
That's
that
fine.
one thing that I would want to do before we go on break is another thing that I would want to do is I would want to kind of get a sense of like what was on her, like in her belongings and things. When
Yes.
we took off
We'll
stuff.
we'll do that after break.
Yeah.
That'll be what we do right when we get back. That's
all
a good
very clearly
thing. The
labeled.
Rice has set it all apart. Exactly right.
Yeah, it
All in his
says,
little- in his little
Ravella
bags.
stuff on it, yeah.
All right. I think it's a great time for us to go to take a break, and then we can kind of go over that stuff later with you having Ravella in, you know, custody.
Fantastic. Well,
Perfect.
thank you so much, Ollie. We'll be right back with the second half of DoomLore, a 40K story, right after these. And
Huh?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
well, so I have no idea. Yeah, no, I have no idea.
Oh, now we're good. Oh, wait, maybe. Nah.
No, we're not good.
I can see you. Can I say something? Okay, for some reason my microphone is not muting. No, Lucid is muted now, but I can't. It's not me. hello, and welcome back. The second half of DoomLore, a 40k story. My name is Nicotine. If you're listening to the show on podcasting apps such as Spotify or Stitcher, know that we record this show live every Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific at 6 p.m. Eastern here at twitch.tv/FableScraps. Big thank you to our Twitch viewers and our subscribers for today. And if you would like to know more about our show or our other shows, please visit fablescraps.com/Discord to join our community. You can share fan art, interact with other TTRPG fans. You can admire some of the other amazing work that people are doing, like Galaspar's miniatures of the party. We also have a Twitter account, twitter.com/fablescraps. Thank you so much, and enjoy the second half of DoomLore, a 40k story, here at FableScraps.
It's very, very BBC radio of you, Nicotine. Very soothing.
If it was BBC, I'd be doing Elena Bonham Carter.
Well, yes. Yes. In contrast to the soothing attitude, where we rejoin the party as Caius and Erlene go down to the dungeons below the Administratum building, where Ravella Picello has been interred. There would also actually be some other people imprisoned here. Probably for the rioting before it became full-out battle. But mostly, it'd be a kind of cluster of people in like a holding cell. Ravella is in her own cell, much more secured. You can see in due to an armor glass kind of chunk of the doorway. But there is also, a nice bench opposite for you guys. There's a table where you can put out her things, and there would be probably boxes. You probably would have put all of her things into labeled boxes for you guys to go over it.
Evidence.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Chests, an evidence chest.
Yeah. So, her main equipment is all there. That would be what Erlene immediately goes through checking. She has this Tempestus chest plate, which is pretty much the highest quality armor a human can wear, other than straight up power armor. So that's really good. Then the rest of her garb is kind of like noble leathers. It's got a little bit of defensive nature to it, but not too much. There are both of her pistols. There's her chain blade. There's like her comm bead, stuff like that. There's a multi-key. She was traveling kind of light.
Yeah.
A bunch of ammunition for those weapons as well.
She grabbed what she could, and then they ended up at the power place.
Yeah. This seems like her like regular equipment, like what she would
EDC.
usually take into a battle like this. Probably didn't have a whole slew of things. Probably didn't expect to go into hiding again. So
Okay.
there's all of that.
Okay, and then I go through that. Looks pretty much like everyday carry. Nothing surprising. So I'm gonna go back to the cell.
Caius, are you checking out the cell?
Yeah. Just keeping an eye on her.
She's been quiet this whole time, and will maybe when Erlene works around the corner, she will say, and of course, there's like a little grill that she can speak in and out of.
Yeah.
Because you gotta.
I lean on the window kind of casually.
And she will say to Caius. Oh, here's a question, Risa. Would you have taken out her cybernetic eye?
Absolutely.
I would.
If it was
Okay,
deemed a
so-
threat. It's evidence.
Yeah, well, it could be.
Yeah.
Okay.
In Rice's mind, she does not have possessions anymore. She is a possession of the Emperor.
Yeah.
She is
For sure.
one more possession in a menagerie of possessions. She does not own or operate anything anymore. So, the eye is absolutely evidence to her crimes.
So she looks with just her one eye at Caius, and she will say clearly and deliberately, how many people in your party in the city know that you're an unsanctioned psyker?
Does it matter?
I look at
This doesn't.
I look at,
this
I
doesn't
look at
seem
Caius.
like.
I look at Caius and I'm like, got him.
I'm not. I'm gonna break it to you, Picello. This doesn't seem like a very conventional city.
If anyone on the street were to discover your nature as some demon slinger, then you would be accosted. You might be able to summon all the hellfire you can and burn them to the ground, but they would be upset.
I imagine they might be.
I nod
But-
my head in agreement.
Yeah, I imagine they might be, but I was still able to take down you. Do you think there's anyone more powerful out here?
There are people hunting the profane. If you've been going around this city madly scrambling the minds of the good and holy people of Pass.
Oh, no one
seen
holy.
your-
Definitely scrambled my mind, buddy.
No one holy, only heretics. We still
Gives
obey
you
the
a
emperor.
long look.
You know, you freaked me out at that one time. Whenever we found that body, you freaked me out, and I almost thought of shooting you.
Oh yeah, with the ice. Yeah.
Yeah, I almost literally shot you.
Yeah.
I had no idea where I was or who I was talking to. I didn't believe you were even real.
It happens.
Paisella seems to have got what she wanted from that conversation, and while you're talking, she kind of settles back, like a
Nice.
contemplative look on her face. For now.
Perfect.
You'll feel free to keep talking to her, she'll keep responding,
Yeah,
but
so-
that, like, question, she got what she needed.
I lean into the glass. I'm just like, look,
Lean?
I don't care what happens with you or what happens. Like, I just do I get a gig, I do the job, my job's done. You know, I just gotta make sure that, you know, the system plays out how it goes. You know how it is. I have no, like, you're a human being just like me. Like, we're, you know, it
Just doing the stuff. Yeah.
this is how it goes, you know? And I have nothing personal against you. You know, I'm just giving like the bounty hunter, like the dog that bounty hunter, like
Yeah.
giving the
Oh no, don't do
Given
The
that.
dog speech.
giving the cigarette to the fucking, you know, to the person, you know, kind of speech,
Mm-hmm.
like in the back of the car kind of speech, you know, like, hey, you know, I don't care. I catch him. I don't try him.
Another time, another place. We could have been cool. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to know that it isn't personal.
I guess I probably would continue talking to Pycelle for a second though. And
Yeah, sure. Feel
I
free.
do-
She's
I do
captive
have a-
audience.
yeah, I do have a question. What's the plan from here? I imagine you could tell me, since you already know what the alternative is if you don't answer.
That would be an intimidate check.
Yeah, I got that. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Let me go over here.
There's a rumbling of the streets from some kind of heavy weapon exploding somewhere. That's a great roll. All the rolls, the good rolls are coming in weird places today. She smiles and she'll like stand up. There's probably a chain that connects her to the bench at the back of the room, but she can still walk around. And she'll get up close to the vent. The city, the people of Pask, are reclaiming what is rightfully theirs. New invaders will be launched from this planet. And if you're sensible, you'll keep me alive, because if I die, then I'm a martyr, and any rebellious cause of a martyr is far more likely to succeed.
Of course.
I nod my head.
Yeah, we've no plans of killing you.
Yeah,
I do find it interesting that you bring up me being a psyker, but yours is the group committing heresy against the Emperor.
I look at Caius like, what the fuck are you trying to pull?
I have seen the aftermath of your battles. I have seen people tortured, screaming, contorted. The only feeling left in their mortal bodies is that of fear and pain.
Then you understand the will of the Emperor.
All right, no, look, here's my take on this, okay? Look, I have been on several planets. I have been doing this job for a while. People always try to go up against the Imperium, and I get it. I get why people would. However, the problem here is that the Imperium is just too powerful, and it just crushes everything in its wake. And I don't know. I tell people whenever I encounter people like you and people of this planet like you, like the Imperium just doesn't care. And at the end of the day, it's just gonna send a bunch of Space Marines to wipe everybody out.
Yeah, Erlene is not wrong here. We may leave and you may reclaim the planet, but don't think for a second that the Emperor won't cleanse this entire place.
They'll glass this planet for nothing.
I do wonder your plan after that.
And the movement continues on the VODs, on the writings that survive.
Yeah, they'll rise up. You'll probably kick back. He'll probably kick out all the Arbites until the Astartes come. That's pretty much how this goes. Like, this is not my first rodeo. And then I stopped.
Yeah, I would say Erlene's probably seen a bunch of this. Sure.
I stopped leaning on the grill after that. I just look.
Yeah.
I just have this like look of just like I don't care.
Yeah.
Well, I do have to say. Yeah, she'll start speaking, but she'll stop as the tech priest shows up.
He's carrying a pair of arms.
That's a conversation ender, right there.
And he'll actually stop and then turn and look at, notice that her eye is gone. And then the Ohm skull will just sort of pop off the back of him and go titter off to wherever the evidence locker is to go play with that.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a fairly standard cybernetic eye. You don't even need to do a check to It's not like what's the item in the book where it's like the evil eye where you can snipe
the
from it?
Eye?
That's right. Yeah. No, it's a pretty standard piece of cybernetic software.
Oh no,
hardware.
This was to make sure it's not like surprised it's a bomb.
That's a tech use check.
Yeah.
She will start speaking again though. Perhaps if it wasn't for the Mechanicus and the continued pumping of their Scutari onto the battlefield, then maybe we would have a real chance. You really got us there with those Scutari. My Arbites would have had much more of a chance.
Interesting.
Speaking of turning all those Arbites against the Imperium, that was a good move. That was a hell of a move. I almost thought I was gonna die.
She glances at Ryza, who is probably just silently here this whole time.
Ryza.
Arbites, powerful.
So,
We're taking shifts, right?
how about that tech use?
Yeah, this could be when you shift when you're not here.
Okay.
If you want.
Yeah, Ryza's definitely resting up her wounds.
Nice. Also, what's that tech use check for him?
That was a check that the stuff isn't a bomb.
Yeah.
Interestingly, while nothing is a bomb, I guess that's not what the response you want when you ask the DM if something is a bomb. Well, interestingly, roll death saves. While nothing is explicitly explosive, like the eye isn't explosive, the hell pistol, if exposed to heat, would explode. So if there was a fire to start down here, the entire evidence box would just erupt into a really super hot, tight explosion. Enough to melt through ceramite pretty thickly. A pretty thick layer of ceramite. And there's some minorly explosive elements to the Tempestus chestplate too. It has a little bit of power shielding in there. Really just to keep everything operating.
But nothing that's explicitly like
no
rigged.
Hidden secret bombs. Yeah. And it's not like the eye is still like wirelessly connected to her and she can see through it or anything either, which would be another cool thing if she had like more time to plan maybe. So
Okay.
she's kind of left there without a trick.
Are you hungry?
That's to her. She'll shake her head.
Shake her head, no or yes?
Shake her head no, yeah.
Alright.
But she will smile like, you are far more comforting captures than I expected you would be.
I'm trying to think. I feel like I guess the last question for her would probably be hey, as I imagine we're gonna change shifts with Risa here soon, but
Yeah, real soon, yeah.
my last question for you would probably be what do the Skitarii want with you?
They weren't yours. The Skitarii from the power
So-
plant weren't yours.
So why are they after you? I imagine they wanted to stop us and take you for themselves.
I will allow you to make a check for this.
Yep.
It will be a charm check.
Oh. But intimidate is so much more appealing.
Yeah, but yeah, you didn't sound very intimidating to me. I don't know what you guys think. Was that
I
very
mean
intimidating?
that's fair.
Can I have high charm. Can I give a
Yeah.
can I give a
You might want to try your own attempt at charming based on
Yeah,
how that roll
Erlene,
turned out. That was
if you want to
a
try
failure
to
with 4
charm.
degrees.
Yeah, I want to try I want to try a charm, but I can't think of how to word it.
She will not respond to that. She'll just kind of do the thing that she already did once before, where she just kind of like leans her head back and thinks with a smile on her face that, okay, she's trying to like work out what's going on here, kind of just as much as you guys, which is comforting in some ways.
Actually, I don't care.
You've decided not to care.
Yeah, I mean, whenever it comes to a lot of these puzzles, like there's some things that intrigue Erlene, and there's other things like whenever it comes to grander schemes of things, it's not interesting. But whenever it comes to like small things, like I'm just gonna assume in this situation that it's like a gambling debt or something. As always, it's always how it is.
Yeah.
It's always the gambling debt. Okay.
Always.
Would you, when you're done with your shift, would you kind of like tell Ryza or Ohm or Yen, or like tell anyone else kind of like the stuff you talked about?
Yeah, of course. I think we would share information.
I would brief Ryza, but I wouldn't do it in front of her. I would do it like a
That's kind of what I
course.
assumed. You guys aren't that bad at this.
Yeah. I guess if Yen, so is Yen going in with Ryza then?
That's up to Yen. You guys did like a shift together.
Yeah.
Ryza did a shift alone. Ohm and Yen haven't done a shift, but Ohm probably won't.
No, of course not.
So,
I would make a point to say, hey, I noticed that that when Caius brought up the Skitarii, it was pretty clear that Paisella thought that the Skitari were involved with us, so was surprised to find out that they weren't.
Yeah, I need Yen to actually go in there. I guess I'll walk up to Yen as we're leaving and hey buddy, I need you to go in and ask some questions for me.
I'm not sure if I'm the best person for that.
Yeah,
considering-
no, I get that, but you all had a connection. I need you to find out why the Skitari were there. So I don't have
mean,
to. I've
we
done a
had
lot
a
to her mind
connection.
already. I don't want to probe it any further.
You do remember how that all ended up, right?
Yeah, but you still, maybe you can get something out of her. She's in a more submissive position right now.
Are you sure I'm the best person for this? Why do you? I mean, Ohm's pretty intimidating, you know. I'm
No,
sure.
but you're charming, Yen. I believe in you.
I mean, I'll give it a go, but you owe me a nutrient bar.
Listen, I'll give you 2 nutrient bars if you pull this thing off.
1, even if I don't.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
All right, I think we got ourselves a deal.
Perfect.
Okay. Yen, you going down there?
Yen's going down there.
Alone?
Is Ryza there? I thought.
Ricer's probably around. I mean, what would Ricer be doing when it not on shift guarding
Attending to
the
her
inmate?
wounds, sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like, Ricer's probably like getting a power nap. Ricer naps like Batman, you know,
Well, nappy, yeah.
short amounts whenever possible.
Yen would probably try and wake Ryza up because he's not going in there alone. Ryza, hey, wake up, hey.
Yen, what?
I need some backup for going interrogating just in case.
What are you?
I'm
What are you doing? Why are you interrogating? What are you interrogating?
who else would I be interrogating?
Why are you? No, where are you talking to the prisoner? What?
Yeah. Find what did Kai say? Skitari? Is that right?
The Skitari from the power plant.
Yeah, from the power plant. We
Right.
Yeah, can you hear me in the comm beat? Ask her about why the Skitari were there, bud.
all right, got it. I'm asking why the Skitari are there. I don't know.
Ryza, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Jens, I need you to guide Yen.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. We figured out the Skitari were there for Picello.
The Skitari were
not
there
to-
for Picello.
Or not to work with.
Oh,
Yeah. So we need Yen to.
how did you find
do
this
good.
information?
I have my ways.
Did Picello tell you?
Yeah.
Do you think it's possible that Picello is lying to you?
No. She let it slip.
Do you think it's possible that the politician may have lied to you, Caius?
No. Not knowing that I can do my thing.
Why don't you do your thing and find out for sure?
I did a lot with her brain, Ryza. I don't want to. Ryza, you ever held a grape in between your fingers? Yeah, accidentally, like.
No, grapes are too decadent.
Yeah, well, a berry.
All right.
Yeah, you don't
Insect.
want to. Yeah, an insect. I don't want to pop it like an insect.
I see.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Okay, I believe in you, Yen.
Okay.
I mean,
Ohm is walking through the facility where they're at and walks from where Caius is talking and then a few feet down the hall to where Risa is talking. Both of them through there and just sort of, and then just goes off with the limbs he's found and does whatever.
Perfect.
All right, so you want to schedule an interrogation, Yen?
Yeah, personally, I don't think I'm the best person for this considering the history, but Caius thinks I'm the best person for it.
I just don't understand the purpose behind it. We're going to turn this planet into a penal colony. All of these people will be dead soon.
I mean, there's some new chimbars in it for me, though.
Oh, Yen. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll let you play interrogation. I'll stand outside the door, and I'll wait for 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
When I come in, if there's any more talking, I will rip her tongue out.
All right, pretty extreme, but I'm not gonna argue with you.
Doesn't need a tongue to serve the Emperor.
Not my tongue, right?
3 minutes, Yen.
All right, 3 minutes. Can you give me like a minute warning or something like that? You know, you got 1 minute left, you have 30 seconds left, something like that.
I'll bang on the door at 1 minute left.
All right, all right.
Raisa posts up outside the door and begins her countdown.
Yan, are you going in?
Yen would go in. Apparently he's only got 3 minutes.
She glances at you. She looks a little worse for wear than when you last saw her, with her cybernetic eye removed and her hair kind of like trailed down over her face.
Hey, good to see ya.
Idiot. This is when the hidden weapon comes out and she kills Yen.
The gunslinger, yes.
Yes, yeah, the gunslinger. That's probably a better title for me. Yeah.
Yeah, tell her.
Am I meant to know your name?
No.
Okay then. The rest of them have tried getting information out of me. What information are you looking for?
Well, you know, I was just talking, thought maybe we could talk, find out what the situation was, something like that, just to make sure you're safe and everything.
I am not safe. I am in an imperial prison. My eye has been removed. No doubt more of my elements will be removed from my mortal body in time to better serve the Imperium. I know how these things work. I have ordered them on others. If you want us to have a nice, lovely conversation, I need to get out of here alive.
Right.
Limbs unremoved.
Now, though, that stipulation's a big one there, because, probably, that's not gonna happen.
Then I don't think I have very much information for you, gunslinger.
I mean, it's just a simple question, I'm sure it benefits you as well, if you're in trouble with something else, maybe we can help in some way. Other than, the whole, being in here thing. I can't do anything about that.
I have enough on my table as it is. With the entire planet being plunged into terror by the terrorist acts of your party, breaking the minds of the good citizens of Pask, and trying to organize resistance from your tyranny.
I mean, I wouldn't go as far as say we're terrorists, We're just,
I have seen entire chambers of people, energy, psychic energy unbound, leaking from their eyes and permanently screaming mores that your Psyker has created with his unbound warp sorcery. Entire ballrooms set to complete chaos.
Would you believe me if I said it was self-defense?
I'm sure you think that everything is self-defense or in defense of the Imperium. I hope it gives you comfort and helps you sleep at night.
I mean, I rest pretty easy personally.
I remember.
Because I know what we're doing is right. Well, some form of right. Can you say the same?
What is more right than the freedom of the people?
Bryce bangs
Don't
on
have
the
it.
door.
Well, I'm just gonna lie it down for you here right now. The information that I'm looking for is... Oh, goddamn, I forget the name. Why they got such a complicated name? The Jatari? Is that the right name for it?
The Skitari, a piece of a puzzle that I'm curious about too. You people don't have the answer, and I don't have the answer for you. I'm sure you'll be
Are you
able to
sure?
figure it out.
I mean, there's absolutely no reason that you can personally think of why they might have been after you, personally.
I thought they were with you. You thought they were with me. They are a third party, and
there's no one else other than us that have been after you.
you have doggedly chased me down, despite all my best attempts. No one else has had the time to chase me. Been so busy with you.
Really, absolutely. You haven't pissed off anyone else on this planet for any other reason. It's just us.
I had no idea there were still machines in that facility. It was meant to be abandoned. The palace siphons the smallest fraction of power from it and has done for 1,000 years.
So really just get nothing? You can't think of anyone that might be after you?
She just kind of like chuckles and leans back.
I'm trying to do this on your benefit here. In like 30 seconds, that big lady's gonna come in here and potentially remove appendage for talking. Potentially.
Then I will stop talking. You have what you asked of me. If you have the brains for it, you'll solve the puzzle yourselves. And do tell me what they were doing there. For my curiosity's sake.
I'll see if I can get it to you, you know, if I pass by maybe.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Send a note underneath the door or something.
Will that be all?
Yeah, I think that is probably gonna be all. I really can't think of anything else to say.
Door's right there.
Really, I'm not very good at this whole interrogation thing.
No, you're not. Good
Thanks.
fun, though.
I try my best.
She just like smiles and shakes her head.
I'll
Can tell her, we're star-crossed lovers, you and I.
I'm not saying anything that you're gonna be telling me.
Caius gives Ohm a Jensen nutrient bar.
Right. Well, lovely chatting. I best be going before Big Lady comes in here. Big Lady did not specify whether my tongue's coming out or your tongue's coming out, so I kind of want to get this. I'm just gonna go.
My employment's much more polite. All kinds of benefits, no risk of mutilation.
You're trying to hire me?
If I were in a better situation to do so, perhaps.
You know, as grateful as that offer may be, I'm pretty happy where I am right now. I'm getting a fair few nutrient bars. I'm only getting hurt, relatively often, not that often. I'm only bullied a little bit.
Wasted. You're fucking wasted, mate. You are wasted on them.
I mean, I mean, wait, is that a compliment?
Yes.
Oh. Well, again, I'll think about it. I'll get back to you in maybe like 3 to 5 business days. Give you my response on that. Like I said, pretty happy where I am right now, but you never know how things might change.
Yeah,
Rowdy?
during this, Yen is like slowly getting further and further back towards the door.
Yeah, I'll make sure to get it back to you. I'll promise I'll respond.
No, the finger gun. Okay.
Risa comes into the door.
Yen leaves the chamber.
Yeah, Risa walks in.
Oh, ow. Shoves Yen out the way.
Oh, we're all good. We can go, Risa. We don't need to be here anymore.
It's my shift again.
Oh, right. You need company for the shift, or should I go? Or I really didn't learn much.
You may go.
All right, thank you.
Risa spent all that time healing. Does she still have any wounds left? She only had, I think, 3. 6? She might have.
It wasn't a long enough time. Like, you haven't spent an entire night yet to get a bed rest.
Okay.
We'll do that, like, kind of at the end of the day.
Okay. So she hasn't healed any of the wounds?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Risa stands behind the evidence counter near the door and assumes a position.
Yen, are you going to tell some other members of the party about what you kind of sort of managed to kind of sort of get from her, sort of?
You mean nothing?
Guys,
Yeah. How'd you do, buddy?
well, she tried to hire me, first of all. Saying that I was wasted potential, with you guys. But no, I held strong. I made sure to sternly say that I'm happy where I am right now with the job that I have. And secondly, it really seems like she has no idea. Like, as far as she's aware, we're the only hindrance in her life at the moment. That
Yeah, that's about what I figured. Okay. Did she say anything
maybe it
else
could have been
about
the power
me?
plant itself, or I don't know.
She mentioned me?
Was she supposed to mention you? What was I supposed to ask about you? Did you want me to ask like what she thought of you?
Yeah. Is there anything that I've been up to?
Would you ever, sort of thing?
Yeah. Well, no, more just like, did she mention any of my activities?
No, I didn't really ask about any of that. Didn't really exactly come up in conversation.
Okay.
I can go back and ask, but that.
No,
I'm not sure if
no,
Rise
you
is going to
did-
appreciate that.
You did great. Okay.
So about that Nutrim bar. I
I'll
know I
give
didn't
you
like
I'll
get
give you half.
the solid information, but can I still get 2?
No, you get half a nutrient bar. Don't worry. I think I got an idea.
All right.
I think.
What's the idea?
First of all, can I grab? Can I use a little psycher magic to probe Yen's mind for any information I might not have already just gotten from our conversation? Make sure I get the whole gist of what they talked about.
Potentially, your mind reading thing.
My telepathic
can
link,
you-
yeah.
If you did it before he went in, you would have gotten everything. But yeah, you could basically probe his subconscious to see if there was stuff that he didn't pick up. Maybe.
Yeah. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, I'll let you try. It's the role of a psyker in 40k to test their abilities on their teammate.
Yeah. It's real important. Okay, good.
gonna need a willpower check from Yen.
No, I don't think. Yeah. That's right. He does make a willpower save. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Yen. You're really getting open book.
So, yeah, you can. I mean, you know, your buds. You can read the mind of your bud. Yeah. There was
pals.
stuff about you that Yen didn't think was important.
That's what I thought.
She's claimed that she's been she's been encountering people tortured by you all over the city, like nobles and whatnot and stuff, which you haven't been doing while the cameras have been on, at the very least.
Nope. Yeah, that's about what I figured. So, I think I've gumshoed this thing up. Whenever we're gonna reconvene.
Probably after the day. This is when you guys can take your sleep. Risa, you know, you're probably on shift, but we'll just like count as like healing before. It's just all, you know, you're still resting and maybe bandaging up wounds.
Can I go and talk to our guy?
Balafo.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that I understand your language. Yes.
Yeah.
He's
excellent.
He's sort of he's overlooking it's a big box. It looks like an upside down, like a sideways fridge, but the top of it is a kind of flickering hollow display of the city. And he has his weapons on him, and
Malfo, I'm gonna be honest with you. Listen. Not that I don't think she's still dangerous. Pycelle absolutely is, but she might not be the worst threat here.
I take you're not referring to the orcs outside the city walls.
I'm not. Before we came to you last, we've saw a couple of instances. One where another was he commander? What was the guy? That got smoked?
I don't think you knew. It just a guy.
Just a
the
guy.
other Inquisitor got smoked.
Yeah, the Inquisitor.
Yes,
yeah. First there was the Inquisitor that was murdered, and then we ran across an inn that was affected by psychic energy as well. I imagine because we've been tied up in pursuing Pycelle, we've missed the scale of how engaged these forces have been in the city. And I think at the same time, Pycelle's been fighting them as well.
Right. Well then, if Pycelle will be safely in the custody here, which means it would be prudent for you and the rest of the team to investigate this psychic threat. Whatever it might be. I do have the reports from your visit to the Inquisitor's office. The question is, where would it be sensible to look first if these attacks have been continuing? And what is their goal or their aim?
I've been thinking about that too. I'd like to speak to the priests aboard the Null Point. I imagine they've had the best view of the city.
They would have, yes, but I do not have jurisdiction over them.
No, of course not.
Clear.
Of course. I think this is a mission that we have to go off on, but I think that's our best course of action moving forward.
I agree. I think that's a wise idea. The Mechanicus are not the wisest when it comes to the ways of the warp and its subtleties, but perhaps with your assistance and your understanding of it, they might be able to do something. You mentioned before, I believe, in one of the reports, grenades. If you have artifacts that are from this same attack, they might be able to do some kind of grand planetary scan.
That's good work.
We've done similar things before when it comes to Blackstone and other Xenos artifacts. While I doubt this would be the actions of the Xenos, we must investigate any possibility. You and your team investigate this. Give it all your attention. If Paisello does somehow get out of her custody here, then you will of course be alerted immediately.
Sounds good to me. I think she'll be more than content to stay here for now. Especially considering the new information we provided her.
Yeah, he nods in agreement. He'll give you the kind of like the shoulder tap as you go on your way. Like, yeah, you've been doing some good work. You know, you've been doing a good job. When usually he's like, what the fuck have you guys been doing? No, that's a clever link today. He's proud. He's a proud inquisitor.
Perfect.
And that means, the next morning you can probably tell the party that kind of stuff.
Will do.
Before anything else, I wanted to jump in and say that at some point I would want to have a private conversation with Risa. It can either be alone or it can either be while she's on shift. Either or. I just want to do it without Caius.
I was going to say, I don't think you'll be able to get Risa alone off shift for a while, but you could get her on shift.
Okay.
I don't know if Risa would want to talk while Risa's working, but still.
Okay.
You can try.
Okay, I'm gonna find at some point during her shift, I guess I'm gonna stroll in, just hippity hoppity, just looking charming as always. Hey.
Yes. Can I help?
Risa.
Yes.
So, I don't mean to bug you on your shift or anything, but I wanted to catch you because I was talking to our client here, our unfortunate captor earlier, and she brought up a good point. And I've ever since I was in that tower, remember where we found the body, and then it was after the time that I almost got wiped out by those grenades, and I was fine and y'all weren't. What?
Bryce is going to walk over to the cell and close the view window.
Yeah.
And walk back, thunk, 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 and hand Erlene a data slate and a small,
Okay.
small quill.
I get it. Privacy. All right. So.
Can we just
here.
assume, DM, that everything that we're saying back and forth is written?
Yeah. You can be writing it back and forth and showing it each other. Sure. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's very smart.
Yeah, I don't care. So I'm just like, okay, I'm switching over writing. I write down essentially like, hey, so all these things have been happening, and Caius has done all kinds of weird stuff, and Paisella brought up the point that Caius is an unsanctioned psyker, and I almost wasted him, and I just wanted to bring up this point that maybe having some kind of official sanction on all of his stuff might be a good defense for us as a team, and for me, for my own safety.
We have been given insignia denoting our status as acolytes of the Inquisitorium.
All right, so this stuff, and then I'm just like, all I write down is all of this legit? Question mark.
As far as I know,
We
they
good?
are legitimate. We work in service of the Emperor.
All right, and then I just verbalize. I'm just like, all right, very well. All right, that's all. That's the only thing I wanted to bring up. Good chat. I'm gonna get some rest. I got tore up.
Understood. Risa goes back and opens the window and looks in. What does Risa see?
Ravella Paisello is still there. She is sitting on the bench in the back of the cell with a smirk at the fact that you just had to basically, check, give yourself some privacy. She's amused by this.
It's good to know she's enjoying herself for her last few moments as fully fleshed humanoid. Risa leaves the window open and walks back to her post.
Okay, cool. So, those of you... I have to check all your damage stats. I think on everyone is... everyone but Erlene automatically heals 2 points overnight.
Yeah.
Erlene, you're so beat up, you count as being heavily damaged. You need complete rest to patch up. So you get first aid.
I'm not getting that right now.
Yeah, it's like the extended care. So the rest of them, they can just kind of like brush it off. Although your toughness bonus is pretty good. Just so you know, like for next week when you can spend fate points to heal, you will count as lightly damaged when you are at 6 wounds or below. So maybe at the start of next week you might want to use a fate point to like recover some of that damage, especially if you guys are off doing something. With a night of rest or work, if you are Risa, and everyone's kind of puttering off and doing their own things. There is a lull in the war outside, but you are still in a city and in civil war. What's the party doing? Is this when you convene and kind of sort out what you need to do next?
We've requisitioned an office here in the Administratum for our endeavors as acolytes. We're discussing.
I would go check out the lighter, see if anybody's repaired it, as asked.
It has undergone repairs. How repaired it is, I will have to check. Like the vehicle rules later on after like a day of repairs. So
okay, cool.
Should be on the way.
We've also shared all of the information we've gathered. Everyone, is that reasonable to assume?
I think that's kind of what you're doing now, because Caius has completely new information for everyone, so you should probably roleplay that out.
Sure. Risa's at the head of the table and motioning to everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
So we've all been talking to this prisoner, yes?
Mm-hmm.
And we've learned anything?
Yeah.
Caius?
Ravella Paisel is not our enemy, I think.
Well, she's not the one that's trying to assassinate us, but it's pretty clear that she wants. It's pretty clear that she is a.
Well, let's not be
political figure.
Let's be honest. She is trying to assassinate us, but she's not.
She's
I
more
think
brute
the one
force
that
about it.
Yeah, I don't think she's our main quarry. The grenades that we found at the Inquisitor's house and the tavern. She's
more of a cult leader.
Yeah.
Than a I'm going to send somebody to kill an Inquisitor.
Yeah. After speaking with Ravella and reading Yen's mind a little bit, it's okay, buddy. Don't worry. I was gentle.
And what?
I believe she's been fighting a battle on 2 fronts, against us and against the Skitarii. I believe they came to the power station for her, and I think they've been taking out strategic targets on this planet.
13, do you have any insight into the Skitarii?
What do you wish to know?
The Skitarii from the power station. Where did they come from? Who is responsible for giving them orders? What is their chain of command like? Are they with the null point?
I turn my head slightly, tilt it, intrigued.
It is doubtful they are, but the null point contingent, as we would have been informed.
That being said, I still would like to speak to the contingent on the null point. I think they are in the best position to either have tracked some unusual movements or may be able to help us track movement.
Agreed. We'll need to speak to the crew of the null point. Is that possible? 13.
An attempt may be made, but not guaranteed.
Well, please proceed. May the Emperor smile upon you.
And with that, will just get up and leave the room to go to the medical pod if it's still hanging out there, because that has communications equipment in it, I believe.
Ooh, Ollie, you are muted.
There. Going to the medical pod would require traveling through an active war zone
Yeah,
right
Risa,
now.
Oh, wait,
Risa has a
right.
pack on her that can communicate to the null point.
Yeah, but just a point. An Arvus lighter is a surface to void vessel. You can fly up there and actually talk to them directly now.
Hell yeah.
And by the way, it has been completely repaired. That was superficial damage. You're good. So you have a fully repaired lighter, including its gun. A new gun has been attached to it.
Nice.
So
Hell yeah.
along with going, hello, you can say.
So did they
we're
fill
gonna
it?
be
Did
flying
they
up to
fill in
see
my
you.
request? Did they fill in my request to add a plate that said that had my Erlene Hackenau and
You getting a
flight-
vanity plate for the lighter? What are you talking about?
Some fuzzy
Yeah,
dice.
sure, sure.
Great.
I'll allow it. Party's first chunky minivan plane.
Yeah.
We'll let you have your vanity plate.
Some fuzzy hive planet gambling
Yeah.
tokens.
Yeah.
Expropriated equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna give it a paint job next.
Get a wizard on the side.
Velvet Elvis in the cargo hold.
Perfect.
So you could communicate to them with Rice's pack, and basically say, we're coming up.
We're on our way.
Which would probably be the smartest, because if you want to talk with and potentially use their scanners and all that kind of things, like, yeah, you can. It's like sending a request and getting it back. It's, with the Mechanicus and with any part of the Imperium, actually taking the initiative will help get the ball rolling. Plus,
Totally.
it would be an opportunity to go to the null point, which is
yeah.
potentially very exciting.
That being said, if they're going up, it's always best to bring toys. So, without really talking to Risa, we'll get up and head towards the evidence locker to pick up the Hellfire pistol
Yeah.
Nice.
and the Tempest plate.
Yeah, for sure. That's a good idea.
Yep.
And you could just kind of like put them in the back of the lighter for now as you're kind of like prepping.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, so that means you're in a really good place for next session, because we will end it off here. It is end session time.
Awesome.
Where next time you can fly up to the null point that's been in orbit all this time, actually head to the Mechanica ship, like a scout ship, or it's an exploratory ship, and really talk to them about all of this and investigate the psychic phenomena that's been happening on the planet.
Nice.
But congratulations, you guys! You captured a big bad. Well done.
Yeah.
And in a way where you can keep bothering her, which is great as a DM.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Ollie. We're gonna go around and give everybody a little shout out as we end here. Go right ahead, take it away, Ollie Rant.
Okay, hey, I'm Ollie, Ollie Rant on Twitch and Twitter. You should follow me in both those places. If you like the storytelling here, if you like the themes, the vibes, I run a D&D show on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. BST. I also run a whole bunch of other D&D homebrew stuff on my Twitch channel, and have a board game series coming out very soon called Schism. Schism Immolation of Ownfo will be on Kickstarter pretty soon. So keep an eye out for that.
Awesome. Thank you, Ollie. Next up is Elusive Fox.
My name is Lucid Fox. I do things on the twitch.tv Monday through Friday. Oh, and tomorrow I'm jumping into the new Subnautica DLC for the first time. So that's my stuff.
Thank you so much, Elucid. Next up is Locked Raven.
Hi, I'm Lock the Raven. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch. And I also play Commander Herrick on Star Trek Loveless on Fable Scraps every Tuesday. And you can catch me on Holy Crit as a magical toilet that affirms gender. And on... Shut up! And on Twitch and Twitter at Lock the Raven, spelled like it sounds. Okay.
Thank you so much, Lock the Raven. XY Chelsea.
Hi, I'm Chelsea Manning. I am a Twitch streamer and a YouTube, and I'm creating my first YouTube video at twitch.tv/xychelsea87 and youtube.com/xychelsea. I am also on Twitter at xychelsea, and I am also on Instagram at xychelsea87. You get the pattern here. It's either xychelsea or xychelsea87. And I just produce content, and I'm not known for anything else.
Thank you so much, Chelsea. Next up is Enovan.
Hello there, I'm Enovan, a variety streamer here on Twitch. Typically I play chill games and some RP games as well. You can find me at twitch.tv/Enovan, that's ENEVUN.
Thank you, Enovan. My name is Nicotine. I play Risa here on DoomLore. I'm also one of the people here behind Fable Scraps. I am a GM for our Tuesday show. That's Star Trek Adventures Loveless. It's a Star Trek TTRPG set in the TNG era. If you're a Star Trek fan, I encourage you to come check it out. If you're not a Star Trek fan, then you should know that it's very accessible, and all the episodes are episodic in nature, so you don't need to go back through all the rest of the show to get the lore or anything. It's all very self-contained, and it's a lot of fun. I encourage you to come check it out Tuesdays at 3 p.m. Pacific. That's 6 p.m. Eastern here at Fable Scraps. I also stream on my own channel at twitch.tv/Nicotine, Nikatine, where I do roleplay, variety, and a bunch of other stuff. I mostly hang out with Luck and do top stories. Thank you all so much for being a part of DoomLore today, and big thank you to our supporters here at Twitch. Thank you for the subs. Nindrini, thank you for hanging out with us at our community at fablescraps.com/Discord and twitter.com/fablescraps. Have a wonderful night, everyone. Have a great weekend. We'll see you all next week and every Friday here at Fable Scraps for DoomLore, a 40K story. Bye-bye, everyone.
Farewell.
Bye.
Bye.